In our cover story, United Auto Workers President Dennis Williams wants Detroit's big three automakers to raise wages. He says some auto workers hired before the recession haven't seen a base raise in their pay in about 9 years. The new president of United Auto Workers, Dennis Williams, who was elected in June, says he'll push hard for a wage increase for roughly 140,000 workers at GM, Ford, and Fiat Chrysler.
The UAW is really trying to push for higher wages from the concessions that they took way back in 2009, 2010 during the worst parts of the recession.
Time is quite appropriate to push for an annual wage increase. Been lots of concessionary contracts in the past, and now the market is doing quite well, and the industry is very strong. And so now's the time to make up some of that loss and keep the industry competitive.
Williams wants to close the gap between entry-level workers who make between $16 to $20 an hour and those hired before September 2007 who make between $28 to $38 an hour.
Automotive employment in the United States is going up, but there's always that specter of automakers moving plants to Mexico instead of the United States. In Mexico right now, auto workers reportedly earn about $7 or $8 per hour, including all benefits.
The two-tier wage system brought in during the recession allowed Chrysler, GM, and Ford to invest billions in plants and hire workers. Now, 17.5% of GM's workforce is entry-level. It's 23% at Ford and 44% at Fiat Chrysler.
They really have just been treading water while the industry is becoming much more profitable. So it's time to, once again, make auto industry assembly jobs good middle-class paying jobs.
Second-tier workers have relied on profit-sharing checks tied to profits instead of higher wages. At the end of last year, Ford paid workers $8,800 in profit sharing. Those workers may choose to keep that system if they think Ford could be on the verge of another big year. Talks on the 2015 auto contracts begin next summer. The UAW's current contract with Detroit automakers expires in September.